Hello, my name is Christian. If you clicked on this video, you know what you're in for. Today, I'm going to teach you guys how to actually move well in Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege. Now, the issue is with these types of videos is half of YouTube tells you to go to the fucking Himalayan mountains, find Spoit in a monk suit, and suck his dick to get good movement, while the other half of the videos on YouTube about movement are just like, if you hold W, you move forward. So, I'm gonna give you a pretty simple and pretty self-explanatory guide. Now, here's the thing. I don't have a camera that can go to like a 90-degree angle, show my keyboard and everything, but we're gonna go over the basics. First off, you need good keybinds. I've seen people who have their movement key, like, instead of W to move forward, their shit is like right click. Bro, if you move forward with right click, you're already off to a horrible start. First things first, you should have crouch on hold. That's gonna be it's just faster. The thing is, the quicker you can be, the better. Leaning hold is technically in quotation marks better because the skill potential is higher, but the payoff is so marginal that it really doesn't matter, and I would probably stick to toggle, especially if you're newer to the game. Prone, same deal there. Personally, if I have to go AFK in my settings, I like to have it on toggle so I can just lay down somewhere and just quickly, tweak a setting here or there. Walking on hold is a lot more comfortable in my opinion, so I would keep it on hold. As for my controls, I'm a weirdo. I use ESDF instead of WASD simply so that Q, A, and Z could be bound to other keys. Now, this doesn't apply to Siege because Siege doesn't have that much shit. Like, doesn't have that many abilities. That more so would apply for, like, games like Overwatch and etc. Now, I moved all the keys over by one. The only thing that's the same as Sprint is on Shift. Walking is my C, which for WASD would be X. Everything else about the same. Gadgets on mouse buttons, but that does fuck all to do with movement. Now, the main thing is you want all of your movement keys to be within finger length. You should not have to move your hand at all to be able to move or do anything movement-wise. Whether it's moving slower, whether it's crouching, proning, running, nothing should force you to actually move your hand in its entirety. That way you can be as quick as possible. Now, let's go over the basic mechanics of movement. So, you obviously have your walking, right? WASD, ESDF, whatever you use, you can walk around, etc. Now, the most complicated part of movement is just knowing your character's player model. If you are Alibi with a gun, right, and you want to bait, the whole reason you quick peek is either to get info or to bait shots out so they have low ammo and you can swing. So if you bait someone out like this, right, you're not exposing yourself, you're exposing your gun barrel. This guy over here sees a barrel and starts pre-firing, right? He wastes his bullets. You hear him reload, and then you just swing, right? Pretty simple, pretty self-explanatory. That's one way you do it. But to do that, you need to know your player model. That's the only thing that is complicated. Other than that, the rest is easy. So movement-wise, you want to get comfortable with moving around, etc. You'd never want to peek crouched because you're slower, especially ADS. They made a change, I don't know how long ago, where when you're ADS, you're always a 3 armor in terms of speed, like you're a 1 speed, it's slow. So you can only quick peek, basically, while ADS, but if you want to have info, it's better to peek on ADS. See? You get quick info, and then you shoot. Quick info, then you shoot. Now you're wondering, why am I not jiggle peeking like Spoit or Shiko? The reason why is, yes, that is the #1 way to peek. It is, right? Quickest way to peek on the other person's screen. However, it's not even like, I don't know, it's like a few milliseconds faster than just CSGO peeking, which is what I call like CSGO strafing. And it takes a lot more movement, and you can fuck it up and overexpose yourself on accident. Now, the third best way to peek is Hashom peeking, which, like, I haven't played in a while, so But it's basically like this. You basically prone peek. But the thing is, you can fuck it up easily, which is why it's technically better if you have shrimp peek often to have your prone on hold. But it's still not as good as the other ones and a lot harder. You basically only do it to catch people off guard. So, if you're new to the game, all you have to do is CSGO peek. Like this, see? Left, right, left, right, left, right. And you will be fast as fuck. If you are more experienced in the game and you want that tiny few millisecond edge, sure, exploit peek. Right? Now, obviously, if you're new, you have no idea how to do a exploit peek, so first off, CSGO peek, you just lean the direction you want to peek in, right? And then you just move left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Now, don't overdo it, right? If you just do this, and somebody's holding that angle, they're going to start pre-firing, like they're literally just going to spray, and you're going to walk into it and die. Now, something that I will say is you never do it crouched because you're slower, right? If you peek once, you can crouch peek. Crouch peeking is a viable method, right? If you see someone there, you crouch peek, right? Basically, it forces them to switch their mouse, cursor up, down, etc. It's harder to hit you, basically. Now, obviously, that's dependent on ping. Now, simple as dude. But anyway, the reason you can also peek is not just for info, like, okay, you know a guy's there. But also, you want to bait out shots. Obviously, with map training, it looks like shit, but you get the idea because they're reaction time, so. But, like, you get the idea. You figure out, like, where they are by quick peeking. Right. Now, the only reason you quick peek is really info, or if you already have info on someone, you want to bait out shots, and so 1v1. In comp, it's a little more difficult. This more so for rank, because people play solo. But, the issues with comp, right? People play together. So while you're, like, doing this and jerking off, one guy's gonna push you from here, right? So, be aware of what you're doing. Most of the time, you just need info. You don't have any drones, you're last alive, right? Just quick peek. See, okay. No. It's someone here. On that angle. Nope. 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 Okay. Just got a shot. Okay, that's where it was from, right? Right? Stuff like that. You just want to get info. Point, you get the idea. Also, my mechanics are weak. I don't have my arm sleeve on. I just got home from working out arms. Fuck yourself. But the whole idea is you get info. Now, as for how you, like, exploit, strike, or peek, etc., you start off holding, like, I guess Q if you use WASD, and then you have to very quickly hit E and Q. So, if you're starting off Q, you hit EQ, 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 EQ. Now combine it with moving to the right. And then you move back after you hit, after you're done. You move back instantly once you're done. So, you realistically have to be able to move your ring finger. Because, like, let's say your middle finger is on W, A has ring finger, F has index finger, or not FD, sorry. Right? you have to be able to move your middle finger to the right, and move your ring finger up, right, to Q. So, you just do like a bit of a hook motion. Now, same thing in reverse on the other side. That's why some people will have, better, like, sides for peeking. Like, for me, it's easier to peek this way, right? But some people will have a easier time peeking this way. And sometimes you fuck it up, right? If I do it enough, I'll fuck it up. That comes from either not playing the game enough, or, see? Like, I just fucked it up. Which is why CS peeking is more consistent and reliable. You don't have to do as much. So, that's all it really is. Movement is not that complicated. Just, if you're peeking for info, be standing. I guess you can nah, don't crouch. Just peek standing, and then if you need to crouch peek, do it. See? Now you can do this ADS if you're like a ADS heavy player. I am personally, I'm gun up most of the time. I just don't have my arm sleeve on, so like it's annoying to do that because my sense is not that high. Right. It's like, I know he's here, right? I can either CS peek him. I can split peek him, or whatever you call it, right? I can do it. Hip fire. Now, the thing with hip fire is you might overshoot, you might step too far. So that's why I just have to master the movement. And now, sometimes, right, people will do this thing, where they like, or flash you when they move, right? In some contexts, it's good. Because, like, you obviously want to gun up in case they swing you, right? So moving your crosshair alongside, but when it's like hip fire, it's usually to make the gun barrel move a lot. Or because you're like clearing a wide angle room. And that's all it is to do, like that's all it is with movement. Now some people overdo it. Newers, for example, there are probably some pros as well. I think Spoit does it right, but I think what he does sometimes is unnecessary. There are a lot of players who don't like. Okay, let me give you a little story time, right? I had a player once when I coached for a little bit, just because I was friends with this guy back then. He had a neuro disease. I don't know. He had a brain issue where his hand-eye coordination was really bad, so he couldn't really have good movement. Like, he was not physically capable of it, right? I've never seen that guy quick peek in his life. He's just not capable of it. But if he does this, he's still a Z-man. Because that will look crazy on your screen, right? Another thing is, if you're hiding in corners, you can't hide this close, because they'll see your gun barrel, right? But you can hide at same length with the bailiff. The only thing is you have shot, like you have a laser sight, so you just do this. Right. That's all movement is. I mean, it's really simple, but if you have bad aim, it'll make up for that bad aim by letting you, like, cheese them by giving you free info so you can align your crosshair. A big thing is, like, you want to use that stuff for basically figuring out where to aim. So, like, hold on, I'm gonna drop this, or so for example, right? You clearing out, you quick peek, you know, there's a guy there. And then, like, I don't know, maybe you're just like, whatever. You see a guy here, and then you just pre-aim, right? Now, you might have to adjust. My game just crashed. So that will end the video by itself, but you get the idea. Yeah, I mean, thank you for watching. I hope that That was a lot better of an explanation than half of the motherfuckers on YouTube who just like tell you too much and for too little. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy this types of videos, please look through my channel. Subscribe, obviously, all that stuff, but I do recommend looking through my channel because the algorithm fucked up my last few educational videos. Like, I made operator guides and stuff, same as usual, and it just didn't push out to right people, because I put in a little too much variety in my content lately. So, I do highly recommend just looking through if you see anything else that's interesting, like I have a guide on the best settings, I have a guide on how to play certain operators, etc. If any of that stuff seems interesting to you, please do give it a watch. I think you'd enjoy it. And other than that, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. Peace.